Hi, everyone. Welcome to Hue at Home. We are at home here at the Winnipeg's Contemporary Dancers Studio and Theater, and I have Jolene Bailie. And congratulations, Jolene, the 61st season. And you have a huge smile on your face. So I think that this season, although the 60th was historical, this season is going to be phenomenal. And she's shaking her head, folks. So, okay, go ahead. What can we expect for the 61st season?
Well, our subscription series is overflowing with relevancy, current trends, really exciting artists. I'm very excited about it. One of the most exciting things about the 61st anniversary is that for the first time in a really long time, since well before I came on, all 3 subscription series shows will also feature opportunities for local dancers.
Wow.
So we're still bringing in guest artists, but every single show will have some of our local dancers featured, highlighted on stage, sharing that work.
And that is so, so important to dancers across the board, but especially here. So I'm going to ask you, is there a growing resurgence of people coming back to dance and also learning dance?
I hope so. I mean, I feel like the more I do in dance, it's a little cliche, like love breeds love. The more I do in dance, the more I love it. The more I love even things I'm not connected to even more. So I hope so.
Okay, so you've got a show coming up in November. What is it all about?
Okay, so November 21st to 23rd is our first subscription series show. It's called Croquis. And this show welcomes guest artist Ralph Escamillion to Winnipeg. Ralph first connected with WCD during the COVID shutdowns when he was selected by a panel as our guest artist in residence. And so we thought we would be able to bring him here and just do a project in studio because we weren't allowed to do shows. Well, COVID got worse and worse and worse. So eventually the project pivoted and then only occurred online, right? We had to work over Zoom, the WCD dancers here, Ralph in Vancouver. So this is also the last of our COVID delayed projects. Finally bringing Ralph here. So Ralph's a super interesting artist. He dances in a multiple of genres. His cultural influence of being second generation Filipino Canadian really influences work. Something super cool about this work is that it is performed in costumes constructed entirely out of paper.
Oh, better not get too close to the light.
Well, you know what? We've shared some images. It's phenomenal. There's this paper folding, cutting, like these costumes are otherworldly. So super excited about that. And the building with paper and materials comes from both Ralph's love of fashion and also making stuff. And he did a recent show called Pina that he traveled to the Philippines actually to learn about some paper making techniques. So it's all very it's a deep dive. Even though it'll just be this amazing show to watch, there's a lot in there.
Oh my goodness. And so what other things are happening in the new year? And I know that I really want to talk about your work. You're putting your choreographic hat back on, and people, you have to see one of her works because expect the unexpected is all I can say.
Yes. Well, before we get to my work, the second show is called May After Effect. And this is a work by Freya Olofsson, local sensation, local star. This is really someone who we need to celebrate. And it's a super cool piece. It's an intermediate piece. So she's dancing. It's delivered a little bit like a lecture demonstration. There's live video. There's live virtual reality. And it's exploring the impact people have with extended reality. So she's drawing on not just virtual reality, she's drawing on video games, she's drawing on pornography, she's drawing on all kinds of extended realities. And it's just super cool. She brings in a green dance floor that then works like a green screen. Yeah. So then she's transported into the video we see in live feed. It's super duper cool.
Okay, and then how are you going to top that?
Well, I'm not worried about topping anything. But my new work, really excited to be back on the subscription series. It's a group work, delving into the impact of accumulation. So just this, like, those things we do every single day, or those things that happen every single day, or those things we think about, or the dailiness of our lives. Like, I think at the end of the day, that's really who we are. Like, it's not who we are on our very best day or who we are on our very worst day. It's like really what happens all of the time, most of the time. And then so we're working with some text, original sound by Emma Hendricks. Hugh Conacher is lighting that show, and he's been working with WCD since 1983. He's just a baby. And we have a cast of some really stellar returning dancers and also some brand new dancers where this is their first opportunity with WCD. So this project is doing a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's interesting when you are combining seasoned dancers with dancers for the first time stepping on stage. What do you do to bring those two types of dancers together to create the magic?
Well, a lot of experimentation and just like see what happens, the vibe in the room too. And I mean, some of the dancers, like Caroline Bourne, like this is her 10th season dancing with me. Like she danced with me at Gear Shifting before I came to WCD. So, we have, someone like her, and then someone who it might be their first new creation with me. Like, so, it's very interesting because both points of view, like it becomes very prismatic, bring very valid and interesting opinions to what's going on and viewpoints. And I mean, this is kind of like our relationships or what life is about. So yeah, there's like, it does add something actually to the creative process because, it's not just you choreographing and writing text and all of these things about a new work. It's also about how are the dancers navigating each other, and that persona and that energy like has a lot of power. Like it really shape what comes to the forefront. And and then sometimes I sort of bridge in the new dancers, like I'll work in chunks. Like I think lots of choreographers work in chunks, and maybe just like in some zones we just have one new dancer at a time in, because that it's really easy to like work that way, and it's very holistic in a way to everyone, that it's not a lot this overwhelming. And it's a big deal to like do a brand new work and you've got all these eyes looking at you ready to dance, and what are you going to come up with?
Look, they're looking at you. So I was wondering, because coming from a ballet world, music is so important. And sometimes it's the music first and then the dance, the choreography. Modern dance, it is so different and so eclectic. What is it for you to find that spark? Is it music, or is it a movement or something else that sparks your first steps in choreography?
Well, I would say my work's always idea-based. It's the idea, the sensation, the maybe like this thought about what's in society that could be unpacked. And, the beautiful thing about dance is that often these things that are really hard to talk about and really hard to experience as a person are often the best things to dance about. And then I usually create without music. And then like this year we have Emma returning for the 4th project with WCD, and they'll come into rehearsal, we'll send videos, come back to rehearsal, create snippets. It's very collaborative. Like the music is being created like in sort of the last half of the process. And it's always like wildly exciting to like hear what someone else hears. But that being said, a lot of contemporary choreographers do choreograph to music. They find the music first. That's their motivation. And that just has never really, I've always felt a little bit of a phony when I do that, because I love music too, and I get swooned so fast, like, oh. But then it's like, wait a minute, am I dancing to the music, or am I like working with my idea? So it's a hard thing. Like both can be, you can never compete with those amazing choreographic works that are using like really famous music. That's like the best music in the world. So, it goes both ways. Yeah.
I always had that thought, but again, your choreography is so genius. And you make the dancers move in ways that I never thought a body could move. And part and part is obviously the dancers and their training. And I guess to wrap things up, in all of this, Jolene, you've been here for 7 years now. Do you feel confident that this company and what you've done, not that it's Jolene Bailie stamped, but you have left something, a mark on these dancers and for our audiences?
I hope so. I mean, I think the thing about WCD and its like future and even the present moment, like WCD needs people in there, like myself, our administrator, Irina, who are going to, this is going to be their life while they're doing this, like who are going to give it their all, and that really is what makes the work possible here. So I know that, when the day comes and somebody new is going to come in, and I'm probably going to be really sad, at that point, I will know every day when I walked in the door, I did my absolute best that day. And I think, you hope people will, remember that and all those things. And I do think, we're very conscious here of trying to leave things, in a better, I don't know, better space than we found them. Like with the 3 years of renovations, we just finished this huge archival project where our archives from 1964 to May 31st of last year, like this year, I guess, 2025, have now gone to Manitoba Archives. So once Manitoba Archives processes that information, anybody can go there and see WCD's archives. And then plus the really exciting, great work we've been doing. So I hope so. Like you never know what the future holds, but you always hope people will appreciate and know that you really did rally to make everything happen.
Well, we certainly know that you do, and I know that you have put your mark on here. To wrap things up, though, I guess on a sad note, we saw, or I heard of the passing of Stephanie Ballard, and she was a lightning rod. She walked into the room and everything lit up, and the people lit up around her. And maybe just some thoughts about her, because she was such a strong supporter of WCD.
Yes. Stephanie Ballard, internationally acclaimed choreographer, artist, started her career here at WCD. She came to Winnipeg from California in 1972, 23 years old, to join the apprentice program under Rachel Brown. She danced with the company for 10 years. After she finished with the apprentice program, she went on to be a company dancer. And, she came in 1972. And what's remarkable is by 1979, she was directing the apprentice program she came to be part of. And then she also started her amazing choreographic career right here at WCD, creating some great works like The Snow Goose, Construction Company, A Christmas Carol. Really, really works people loved at that time. And then she departed and flourished in her international career. And then I think she came back around 1996, around there, or 1997, somewhere around there. And then she was just all in our community. So this is somebody who connected with WCD for 50 years of our, most of our history. This person was connected, continued to support. During Tom Stroud's tenure, she served as WCD's archivist, also created new works, George, in passing, and was always interested in WCD, who we were presenting, who the dancers were, what kind of works were happening, and how, we have to be realistic. WCD is really like a grassroots non-for-profit arts organization. It is never easy to run organizations like this. So I feel like she did, at least my time here, sincerely care how the organization was doing, how we were surviving. She zoomed in to watch a run-through of the Rachel Brown tribute show. She offered to help purchase new costumes for that production as well. And as recently as, I think it was June, she was a donor. So, always connected, sending flowers on opening night, these things. She will be dearly, dearly missed. Her commitment to the community and the opportunities she facilitated, encouraged, and celebrated, I think that's a huge part of her legacy. I don't think there's been an emerging dancer that has not worked with Stephanie Ballard coming out of the school there. So that's a huge legacy, serving as artist in residence at the School of Contemporary Dancers for over 25 years. Like, it's just a real special commitment, special connection. She knew all of us.
Yes, yes. No, we'll sadly miss you, Stephanie. But, all right, for those that would like to come and join this wonderful theater group and see some incredible dancing, where can we go for tickets and for showtimes?
Okay, so tickets are available through WCD's website, Winnipeg's contemporarydancers.ca. Also, tickets are always available on Eventbrite. They're available 1 hour before showtime over the phone. So you can buy them at home, online, anytime. You can call us. You can come in person. So
Yes. So congratulations. I know it's going to be a fabulous season. And Jolene is here at every show. So look for the beautiful lady with the red framed glasses. You can't miss her, and say hi. Thank you so much, Jolene.
thank you.
And that's a wrap for Hue at Home. We'll see you next time on Hue.